proceeded to go back and forth discussing the subject until Torah Srufus asked, why did the Jews do bris milah? Circumcised, he would have created us that way. To this Rabbi Akiva responded, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the mitzvahs that we should be able to purify ourselves with them. The Maharal, in explaining this measure, says that Rabbi Akiva's point was that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world in such a way that we, as human beings, and especially as Jews, could strive to refine and perfect it. We begin this process on the 8th day with the bris milah. In case you weren't able to hear, we named our son Akiva Meir. Besides being a beautiful name, Akiva was the name of one of the most important figures in Klal Yisrael, the Tan of Rabbi Akiva. Although there are countless stories and teachings of Rabbi Akiva on topics ranging the spectrum of Yiddishkeit, there are two nekudas in particular that drew us to this personality. The first is illustrated in the story of the turning point of Rabbi Akiva's life. It's brought down in Avos Rav Nassim that Rabbi Akiva was a simple shepherd who is at the age of 40. But once he was standing at the mouth of a well and he asked those around him, who carved the stone by the well? They told him, the waters that constantly fall on it carved it. Don't you know the pasuk in Iyov, Avanim shafku mayim, stones that are carved by water? With this, Rabbi Akiva thought to himself, if the water which is soft can, through constancy and persistence, sculpt the stone which is hard, all the more so should the words of Torah, which are hard as iron, be able to carve my heart, which is merely flesh and blood. Immediately he decided to turn to a life of Torah and went with his son to learn the alphabets with the children. The Mefarshim explained that the lesson Rabbi Akiva took from the stone in the water is that with persistence, anything is possible. And this is a lesson that we want to impart to Akiva Meir. Another famous story about Rabbi Akiva is brought down in Masechtas Brachos. Rabbi Akiva was traveling, and when he reached a certain city, he tried to find a place to stay, but no one would take him. He said, Kol da'avad Rachmana l'tav, everything Hashem does is for the best. And he went to sleep in the field. He had with him a rooster, the wind blew out the lamp, and the lion ate the donkey. Yet again, Rabbi Akiva said, Kol da'avad Rachmana l'tav, everything Hashem does is for the best. That very night, an army came and ransacked the city. Rabbi Akiva believed with Emunah Shlema that HaKadosh Baruch Hu only wants to do good for us. If we can take that lesson to heart, nothing can ever get us down, because it's all part of Hashem's plan, and we know it's for the best. This too is an important lesson that we hope to instill in our son with the name Akiva. We named him Akiva Meir. Meir was Tzipi's great-grandfather, Grandma Steif's father. He was nifter in the war, and we wish we could know more about him. But two things we can say for sure. He was nifter al Kiddush Hashem, and he was zeicha to Deri of Shemer Torah mitzvahs. In this we find another similarity to Rabbi Akiva. The Gemara in Masechtas Brachos tells us that Rabbi Akiva was arrested by the Romans for teaching Torah. When they brought him out to execute him, it was on Kriya Shema. As they tortured him, his Talmidim saw that he was saying Kriya Shema. They asked him, Ad Kad, even this far? How is it you can concentrate on saying Kriya Shema? Rabbi Akiva answered, all my days I was troubled by the pasuk in Shema, B'chol nafshecha, right? With all of your nefesh. We darshan that to mean, with your neshama, it means death. And I said to myself, when will I be able to mekayim this pasuk of B'chol nafshecha? The chance I'm not going to be mekayim it. And he died drawing out the echad in the end of Shema. We hope that Meir's Mesiras Nefesh Mamish, his literal giving of his life, will stand as a schus for our Akiva Meir. I'd like to take a few minutes to say a few thank yous. First and foremost, Hodol Hashem Kitov. We thank the Baruch Hu for giving us this wonderful and special baby. The Gemara says, Masechtas Kedushin says that there are three partners: the Father, the Mother, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What better way to draw closer to? For that opportunity, we're thankful to Hashem Yisparach and to Akiva Meir. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but in the golden Sigul Mishpachas, it only takes the extended family. Thank you, Abba and Ima, Mommy and Daddy, for helping us put together the Shalom Zachar. We love and look forward to you being an integral part of Akiva Meir's life. Thank you, Grandma and Grandpa Gold, Sav and Savta, and Grandma Steif for all your love and support. Your gifts are greatly appreciated, but your continued presence is most important to us. Thank you to all of our siblings who have helped us tremendously throughout the past months, and especially in recent weeks, and continue to be our support group for child rearing. Thank you to all our friends and family who are here at this early hour to share in our simcha. For the final thank you, I turn to whom else? Rabbi Akiva. Everyone knows the story of how Rabbi Akiva learned in yeshiva for 12 years, and when he came back, he heard his wife say, if he would listen to me, he would stay in yeshiva for another 12 years, which he promptly did. There's more to the story. The Gemara in Masechtas Kesubos continues and relates that Rabbi Akiva returned home 12 years later with thousands of Talmidim. Rabbi Akiva's wife came out to greet him. But his Talmidim just saw 4 women in tattered clothing, and so they began to push her away. Rabbi Akiva said to them, leave her alone. The Torah that is mine and the Torah that is yours is really hers. Rashi says it is all through her efforts that we are able to learn. And so I want to thank my wife Tzipi for all that she's endured for me and our baby, everything in Torah and in life that is mine and that will be akiva meir's is only due to Tzippi's efforts. The Gemara at the end of Masechet Makas relates that whereas the other Tanaim cried when they saw a fox go out from the Makom HaKodesh HaKadosh, where it once was, Rabbi Akiva laughed. They asked him, why are you laughing? He explained that the pasuk in Yeshayahu mentions both Uriah HaKohen and Zechariah ben Berechia to link the nevuahs of the two. Uriah's nevuah was that of the destroyed and desolate field in the place of the Beis HaMikdash, and Zechariah's nevuah was that once more there will be Zikanim uZikanos b'Rechai Beis Yerushalayim, hinting to the times of the Geula. Therefore, Rabbi Akiva said, having seen Uriah's nevuah fulfilled in front of him, I can laugh, knowing that so too must Zechariah's nevuah be fulfilled. We hope that our akiva meir will be zeicha, together with all of us, to see the B'yazka on Tzedek and the Herab Yaminu. Amen.